Okay, ladies, this is the glass that we're going to do. This is our daisy. Daisies with a butterfly. Okay, so this is a quick tutorial on that. Okay, we're going to use a slightly different size glass. And what we're going to do is we're going to find a small round brush, small rounded brush, and we're going to get white paint, and we're going to get a lot of white paint on there. Now what you're going to essentially do to start off is you're going to do two larger focal flowers. So you're going to start off by doing a cross. Okay, now you can make that bigger or smaller. You don't have to keep going over it. Just make sure that you have a good cross on there. Then you're going to flip the glass over on the other side, and you're going to do another cross. Now you can do that up or down, higher or lower. They don't have to be exactly apart the same. Okay, so you see the two. Now, after you've done that, you're going to make an X over the cross. And you're going to do that one on the other one also. So you have two. See them? Okay, good. Okay, now on the demo glass, you'll see that there are smaller flowers. Those are just X's. The smaller flowers, which are like right here, those are just X's. So you're going to put as many of those little X's as you want. I usually put 3 on one side, two, 3, and then I'll do 2 on the other side. Okay, so right now all you have is a cross with an X on both sides, and then you have X's. Now, from here, we're going to flesh those petals out. Always start your petals in the middle. So, you're going to start in the middle, and you're just going to pull them into petals. Start them in the middle and pull them in to just give them the shape of a petal. That's all you're doing. You already have made the base of the petal with the cross and with the X. So what you're doing is you're essentially just going back. So we're still working on those petals. One more. Okay. So here's what we have. Now remember, there are no straight lines in nature, and every petal has its own character, and you can treat it as such. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to clean our brush. Now I have rubbing alcohol in this cup, just regular 70% regular first aid alcohol. These are the paints that I'm using to complete this glass. They're all apple barrel glosses. I have a medium brush, and I have a small brush for this glass, a napkin to wipe on. So essentially what we're going to do now is we're going to clean our brush. The proper way to clean your brush is to push the alcohol off on a napkin till it's relatively dry, then stick it down in a cup of alcohol, and you're just going to tickle the bottom of the the bottom of the styrofoam cup to get the alcohol through the bristles, and then you're going to wipe the alcohol off of the bristles. Okay, clean brush. Okay, now we're going to go to our vining. Demo glass again, and you'll see the green vines on there connecting the flowers. So that is where we're going next. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to allow about 10 minutes for your petals to actually dry enough to do your second coat. But you can go on from there, and I'm going to just kind of speed on through it. Okay, so you're going to get your green paint on there and get a good amount of it, because you want to do strokes that are singular. So if you can get it all done in one stroke or one strokers, then that's what we're going to do, okay? So here we go. So starting okay. Starting from a corner of the flower, we're going to come out and up. And then we're going to do a little bit of a swirl. And then we're going to take it on over and just leave it. Leave it out because you can connect them afterwards, okay? So with all of them, go and see where you want to put. And so I connected those two. Again, we're going to be doing a second coat right now. You're just getting them in. So I'm going to take this one up here, and I'm going to go up and then down. I'm going to curl, come back down. You see that? And I'm going to leave that one out. And so what I'm going to do is effectively stem all of them. They do not have to connect to somebody. See how that one right there is connected to nothing. It just has the vine on there. You can do that, or you can connect them. So I'm going to connect this. Okay, I'm going to connect these vines to other vines in here, but it's just to start giving your glass a more uniform type. So grab something. Okay, so if I spin my glass around, you'll see that now I have vines connecting them all to kind of bring them into something that resembles that first glass that I showed you. Okay. We are going to do a second coat of the green also, but right now we're going to go ahead and clean the brush. Tickle in there and wipe the excess alcohol off of there. And then we're going to go back to our petals, because they've dried enough now for us to be able to do the second coat. So go ahead and get a good amount again. And again, you're going to start your petals in the middle. And you're just going to go over them to make them a little bit more opaque. Do not be afraid of your brush strokes. The brush strokes actually make them look more like a petal that was made in nature. So don't fret those at all. And you're just going to start at the center, and you're going to go through all of them again. And remember, you're pulling from the center to a point, but you're making more of a curve. Okay, and you're going to go essentially and do all of those really quick, and only do the ones that need more paint. If it looks like it has enough paint, or it's opaqued already, or you put an extra amount of paint on there that you think is going to move, if you put more paint on it, then just leave it. You don't have to put a second coat on. This is only necessary if it did not opaque itself. And white has a tendency to be a little bit more streaky. So you will probably have to go over most of them, but you won't have to do all of them. Let's see, I'm just going quickly through them. And remember to respect your vines. If you already have vines in certain places, don't paint over them with the white because that'll show. Just kind of bypass it a little bit. Respect your green. Okay. Sorry, I kind of got out of the frame. Okay. And we're going to do all of these in the big flower because you definitely want the big flower.